Today, I'd like to teach you my favorite origami design. This design is nice and simple, and it only requires one piece of paper. Most of you probably don't have official origami paper, but any old paper will do. That's why I do this first crease. This allows me to take my 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and turn it into an 8.5 by 8.5 piece of paper. Basically, you're just trying to make a square. So once you do the angle fold, then you are trying to get rid of the excess. To do that, you do those two creases, and then I like to lick it so it's easy to tear off the next part. Gently, just pull the two pieces apart, and voila! Now you have a completely square piece of paper. Next, you will fold over and essentially make an X across the center. Be sure to make your folds nice and crisp and even. Here we go. Now we've got our tent. You kind of want to squeeze it together until it looks like a spaceship. See how that tent goes together like a spaceship? Then fold it down. Fold it down. Now that you have a triangle, you can start to fold it up into what I like to call a diamond. So you start with one corner, and then you move on to the other three corners. That's number 2. Flip it over for number 3 and 4. Now we have a diamond, or actually it really is just a smaller square if you look at it close. Notice how there's two little flaps at the top. Then you want to fold in one of the edges of the square. And everything that we do for one side, we do for all 4 sides. And that will be a theme you see throughout this whole design. So we're folding in the other side. And last but not least, our final side. You'll notice that one end of the origami design has those flaps that open, but the other side does not have flaps. So you want to use the side that does have flaps, and you want to fold them out like they're little arms. Looks like a little chick. You fold those arms out and then tuck them in. Fold the arms out, tuck them in. And what you've done is you've created a pocket. So you want the little chick to put his hands in his pocket. I know it's a little hard to see, but the good news is we have to do this 4 times, so you'll get to see it a few more times. And we're tucking his little arm in. There we go. Flip it over, find the side with the flaps, fold the arms out, have him, the little chick, fold his arms back in. Well done. Open up his pocket and help him put his hands in his pocket. Last but not least, arm folded out, tuck it in, and hands inside his pocket. We are really close to the end of this design now. At this point, you want to look at one end and you notice there's no hole. But when you turn it over, there's a hole just like a balloon. So you put your lips to the balloon and you blow as hard as you can. Blow it up, blow it up, blow it up, and it pops right open into a 3D cube. And then you go around the edges, and little by little you crisp them up. And that helps it hold its structure and stay in a cube form. You can give it a couple of blows in between as you're crisping up the edges to make sure it stays nice and sturdy. Once you've creased the final edge, you give it one last puff of air, poof, and now you've completed your project. You can do all kinds of stuff with this. You can set it on the table, or you can bounce it around and try to keep it from touching the floor with a sibling. Color on them, do all kinds of stuff, make different sizes, put them inside, and well done.